Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, friends, to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. It looks like the offensive has begun by Turkey against the Kurdish people. The shelling has started. And personally, I'd like to interject my personal opinion here. And I'm sure a lot of Christians, if they knew the truth, would agree with me. When the battle with ISIS was raging, it was the Kurdish forces that were on the ground, eyeball to eyeball, door to door, fighting ISIS and defeating ISIS that was killing and beheading and torturing Christians. It was the Kurdish people that had sympathy upon the Christian people that was being persecuted and went to war against ISIS and went door to door, eyeball to eyeball to defeat ISIS. Let's dive into the article. What do you say? Coming out of Reuters, Turkey shells Syria's Afrin region. Minister says operation has begun. Let's go into the article a little. Turkish artillery fired into Syria's Afrin region on Friday in what Ankara said was a start of a military campaign against the Kurdish-controlled area. The cross-border bombardment took place after days of threats from President Erdogan to crush Syrian Kurdish YPG militia in Afrin in response to growing Kurdish strength across a wide stretch of North Syria. Direct military action against territory held by Kurdish militia would open a new front in Syria's civil war and would see Ankara confronting Kurds allied to the United States at a time when Turkey's relations with Washington are reaching a breaking point. Well, the reason they are on a breaking point is because Erdogan has gone and laid in bed with Russia and has forsaken the relationship and is dead set on fighting the Kurds. Well, the Kurds are fighting people, and we'll see how this turns out. But all Christians should pray for the Kurdish people. If you recall back in the 80s when Saddam Hussein was head of Iraq, he shelled them with the gas, the Kurdish people. And many, many, many Kurdish people died from gas attacks from Saddam Hussein. So my heart goes out to the Kurdish people. I ask that people study the facts about the Kurdish people and how deserving they are to have their own state. My goodness, the things that they've gone through and how people has betrayed them and countries have betrayed them. And when the world needed their help, especially the Christians, and America needed their help to fight ISIS, they were there and they took the call of the United States and went on the ground to fight ISIS and defeated them and weeded them out one by one. I'm sorry if I'm a little anxious right now. I got my blood pressure, I guess, is high. I just have a soft spot in my heart for the Kurdish people. Let's go ahead and dive into this, listen to this video.
Firing shells into Syria. The defense minister saying the cross-border firing marks the start of an operation against the Kurdish-controlled Afrin region. Turkey sees the area as a threat that shows growing Kurdish strength across a wide stretch of North Syria. These tanks hitting Syria from a border village in the south of the country. The Syrian Kurdish YPG militia reported a bombardment that began around midnight. They say Turkish forces fired around 70 shells at Kurdish villages. Turkey dispatched its military chief to Syria's main ally, Moscow, in an attempt to get the green light for an air campaign on the territory, though Damascus is warning it could shoot down any Turkish planes that enter its skies. The trip is the strongest sign yet that Turkey is serious about direct military action, potentially opening a new front in Syria's brutal civil war. It would mean confronting Kurds allied to the US, spelling more tough times ahead for Turkey's already fractured relations with Washington.
And now, well, you're seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing it firsthand that the Kurds are being attacked by Turkey. I ask that all Christians pray for the Turkish people, and we do not forsake them. I pray that our country does not forsake the Kurdish people that answered our call for help with ISIS. With that being said, I'll go ahead and close. Shalom to you. Peace be upon you. In the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Amen.